In this video, we're talking about how to handle hate and negativity on social media. What's up, guys? Brandon here from KDMR Music, the channel helping you become a more successful musician. Now, if you're new around here, we do videos every week about music marketing, music strategy, and how to navigate in this new music business online in videos just like this one. So, if you're interested in that type of content, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. Now, for the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about social media. We talked about how to be consistent on social media last week, and with consistency on social media, when you start running ads and things like that, you start getting exposed to new audiences. Of course, it's the internet, and so there's a huge chance that there's going to be some trolls on your page, people who are there to comment just to be mean, right? And so today we're talking about a couple of ways that you can handle these mean comments on social media. And what inspired this, of course, was Logic, who retired recently. He dropped his last album. And, I was never really a big Logic fan, but I didn't have anything against the guy. But one of the reasons he cited for his retirement was, the constant looking for acceptance online, and whenever his music would be critiqued, and not even just critiqued, but like people really being super hateful and nasty in the comments of his posts and his music, and it drove him crazy in a way, right? Maybe crazy is not the best word to use, but it didn't like it. It put him in a bad space mentally. And so he talked about, him retiring from music, really just to get away from that, among other things. And so I wanted to talk about, okay, as we're trying to build these careers, you're putting yourself more and more out there as a public persona, a public figure. How do you handle the negativity that comes along with that? Maybe it's a great time to discuss this, right? We are in the middle of the presidential election. And so, when you're running for president or running for any kind of public office, of course, the smear campaigns come around and the advertisements come to paint you in a way that you're not, right? Now, as artists, of course, we're not necessarily built with the same tough skin that some politicians are. So it can get to us a little bit more when people say things about us that aren't true, or call us out of our names or whatever. So here are a couple of practical things that you can do to handle that hatred and that negativity that comes on social media. Of course, the first and the most extreme is probably just to ignore it, right? Something that you can do, especially as you're posting on social media, is to use a social media management tool as opposed to just having the apps on your phone, right? A great one is Hootsuite, because Hootsuite allows you to set up multiple feeds on your dashboard so you can see things that you need to see. If you want to look at certain hashtags, if you want to, look at your mentions every now and then, you can see all the important things, but you can also schedule your posts and schedule your content in such a way that you don't have to be on the phone all the time looking at your notifications like, oh, I got a new Instagram message or whatever it is, right? Because that opens you up to be surprised by that negativity. So, using the social media planning or scheduling tool instead of just posting from the main social media apps is a great way to kind of mitigate that or to stay away from the negativity. But what happens when the negativity does find you? How do you handle it? Right? Again, some people can just let it roll off. Some people are just like, whatever. I'm just here to make music. But other people it may affect more deeply, right? And so this is a strategy that I actually picked up from the guys over at Entrepreneur. So shout out to Kyle and Corinne and Jack and everyone over there. But they've kind of made a fun thing of it, right? And it's, you kill them with kindness is basically what it is. So someone comments on your music video and is like, oh, the lead singer looks terrible or whatever, right? A lot of times you'll be running ads, and you might hit an audience that's not exactly receptive to what you're saying, and they might say, oh, well, this sounds like pots and pans, or my 7-year-old could do better, right? Well, instead of being snarky or being mean back, say something nice like, "Hey, man, I'd love to hear how your 7-year old sounds, man. Like, maybe we can invite her to the band," right? You say something nice, it catches people off guard. And a lot of times what it does is it triggers kind of a guilty side of them. They may say something like, "Oh man, I was just trolling, I was just playing," right? And it's actually a good way to build goodwill and to help win those people over. Because even if they don't like their music or they don't like your music, they may end up liking your personality. And so it can be really cool, but also it helps your fans to see that you don't take yourself too seriously, right? And that you're a good sport. And so it makes the people who are already fans of you even more, right? So those are really the two options, right? You can ignore it, you can stay away from it, you can run and hide from it, um, you know, or you can confront it head on with kindness. But what I would recommend above all, don't let the negativity get to you. I know we're musicians, we're artists, we are sensitive types of people, right? We put our art out there because we want it to be loved and accepted and judged by the people, right? But everyone doesn't have your best interest at heart. And so I don't want you to be so caught up in what all these other people are saying that you lose sight of who you are, trying to impress people that you were never going to impress in the first place, right? If people want to be hateful, they're going to be hateful, especially in 2020, right? Because you don't have to find common ground with people anymore. You can just be super extreme on one side or the other and let the chips fall where they may. So remember that. Remember where we are. Remember that we're in a supercharged time, a supercharged climate, and don't let people saying ridiculous things get to you. How have you handled negative comments on your social media posts? Have you seen it happen a lot? And, how has it affected you? I want to hear about it in the comments of this video. Of course, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. But if you want more tips to be successful in the music business, then go ahead, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. And I'll see you in another video very soon. Until then, be safe, be well, keep dreaming, and work hard to make those music business dreams your reality. Peace.